Hello, and welcome to this week's instalment of What's in Store?
Some sticky.
I am indeed Nick Storr, and this week we're finding out what it is about vintage salons that people are going bonkers for. That's right, people, vintage is back in. Again. Does that make it vintage? Well, anyway, we'll find out why people find it so interesting dressing up like grandma. I've booked myself a cheeky little appointment down in the vintage salon, and I'm going to find out what's going down in Haresville.
So this is Licky Vintage Salon, and we specialise in vintage hen parties. We do a lot of afternoon tea, makeovers, pin-up photo shoots, burlesque, all that sort of thing. People can pop in and have just their hair or makeup done for a special occasion, weddings, that sort of thing, or come and have parties, birthdays, all that sort of thing. It sort of came from when I got married about sort of 6-7 years ago. Wanted my own like vintage inspired wedding, couldn't find a lot of the suppliers that I wanted, and sort of thought, well, maybe there's a bit of a gap here. Started off trying to be a vintage wedding planner, soon realised that people who want a vintage wedding are very creative and savvy, so they don't need a wedding planner, so that didn't go very well. So I thought, oh, I'll do hen parties, and then did a photo shoot to promote the hen parties, and couldn't find anyone to do the hair and makeup. Taught myself off YouTube, had a go at it, and when we put the photos out, we got more interest in the actual hair and makeup. I said, oh, can you come and do that for my wedding, or can you do this for, you know, at my event or a fair or something like that? And they were particularly, a lot of the girls were really interested in the photos, the promotional shoot, where we were doing kind of like the girls in their vintage lingerie at the start of the day, going through into their wedding dresses and all together with their friends, and girls were like, I want that kind of vintage lingerie shoot. So we thought, oh, maybe there's something in this, and the business just grew organically from demand, really. People saying, oh, would you do this? And we go, yeah, okay. And then just sort of getting the skills in and learning how to do it and teaching it. I mean, I know with the recession and things like that, I don't know, I think people get nostalgic maybe, or more simpler times, looking back. And then there's just the general influence, like a lot, you know, film and TV, that tends to influence a lot of people. So Mad Men, Great Gatsby, you know, Downton Abbey, all those kind of things. People just see them and go, oh, you know, it's so classic, it's so beautiful and feminine. And I get, you know, I think there's a lot of people nowadays, you know, fashion's gone through the 90s grunge, and women, you know, being able to wear trousers and t-shirt and whatever they want, and that's great. And then I think it comes around in loops, and girls go, oh, you know, I want to wear, like, I want to feel really feminine and look really feminine, and the vintage look is obviously that. And they can kind of do it a little bit, or kind of go the full hog for their wedding or an event or something like that. We had a 4-year-old in last week. She was adorable. She had a little manicure and her hair up, and I think it was a mum mostly, whatever. It was super cute. So we had little girls right up to, you know, grandma at hen parties who will have it all done, and usually they know how to do it anyway because they did it the first time round. They'll be telling us how to pin curl their hair and everything, you know. But yeah, all ages. Most of the time our ladies are in their 20s, 30s, 40s, but it goes either side, yeah. Don't get me wrong, the girls can come in here and have a really classy chic hen party all day, and they probably do go out and get wasted afterwards, but they do it looking chic, I don't know. So yeah, you know, there's a mixture of both, but I think the girls who come to us for their hen parties really do. They like to do something a little bit different in the day, and it's quite a nice way of all sitting down and being able to chat and catch up, and you know, they have the full use of all the salon and the diner area, and they can sit and do that and then go out and get drunk later and scream and shout and dance, and that's fine. Fantastic. So I drew the idea in terms of the layout from my husband and I went on a trip around Route 66, and we did actually have a small place here upstairs, like an office that we used to do a few shoots and that sort of thing in, and we had a few bits and bobs around. And then when we went down Route 66, saw loads of American diners and all that kind of thing, and I was just like, oh, I just absolutely love it. So I thought, I'm just going to build my own so I can sit in one all day for my own selfish reasons. But I think the thing is, I created a space that I know people are going to want to sit and stay in and tell their friends about, and you know, Birmingham doesn't have this sort of thing, so I thought there was a little gap there for creating this sort of space. So yeah. So we're always growing as a business, and we're always planning to kind of, like you said, diversify into different things. So we've got another replica premises opening in Leeds in the new year, so that'll have the salon in, and then we're going to have other opportunities because it's quite a big space that we're taking on, so it's going to be like an opportunity for external photographers to rent the space. So there'll be different sets all set up in different eras. There'll be like a Mad Men lounge, there'll be a 50s kitchen, you know, all that sort of thing. So we'll be able to bring in other people who can rent that space. And then the new venture that we've just launched is our barbers and stag company, so we're just replicating the girl side of it for the gents. So our barber shop is all rockabilly, dark, and pool tables and all that sort of thing. We do the wet shaves. We have guest barbers come in who specialise in doing like what they call the duck's arse, which is like ducktails, hairdos, flat tops, high tops, quiffs, rockabilly, gentlemen's kind of do's, all that sort of thing. She specialises in that. And then the stags can come along and play pool and be taught how to play poker, and they can have photo shoots. We've got like a 1964 Mustang they can hire and cruise around in and just look cool, and just all kind of men's stuff like that, whiskey and cigar tasting, yeah, all sorts. So the idea is that the gents have got like a retro kind of stag thing that they can do in the day. Obviously then go out and do what they want to do for the rest of the weekend. Women tend to be quite savvy about the way to make their skin feel better, and you know, if your skin's tired or looking a bit grey or anything like that from a few excesses that we all have in life. But we sort of found that men don't necessarily always know what to do with all of that. So what we do is give a treatment where we take off the dead skin cells, put in like loads of hydration into the skin. We use different oils and things like that, like a lot of lemon and lime to zesty wake you up. Eye treatments, so we get the dark circles out from under the eyes, and men are like kind of baffled often when we're doing, especially the hot shaves. There's a really long process for that. We exfoliate, we again put the moisture back in the skin, we take off, you know, you take off a few layers of the dead skin cells, so they come away, you know, like kind of glowing a little bit, if you can say that in a manly way. And actually it's a nice way of getting guys to look after their skin, and you walk away feeling really refreshed and really deep clean and all that sort of thing. So that's the idea behind it, and we thought hangover cure's the great way to get guys in on a Saturday morning, because you get all the hot towels around your face, you can just relax and chill out and then leave looking better and feeling better as well. So the Marilyn Monroe look is big. People love that bombshell is what I call it, you know, with the big curls and the kind of really shaped dresses and that sort of thing. So that's a big request that we get all the time, and it's a real showstopper and a real transformation. People come to us at different parts of their lives. It might be, you know, they're getting married, or, you know, like their hen party, they're celebrating something, birthdays, but we also get women coming in, you know, maybe they've lost like 5 stone in weight and they had really confidence and self-esteem issues and that sort of thing, and they come to us, and the clothes that we put them in and the looks that we create for them celebrate their curves or the way they look, or, you know, all that kind of thing, and they leave feeling a totally different person. And it's quite, you know, just a bit of lipstick and all that sort of thing. It sounds quite trivial and silly sometimes, but it can change the way people feel about themselves. And then it's nice, they come back in a few years later or a few weeks later, and they're like, you know, wearing red lipstick every day, or even just changing the different types and shapes of the clothes that they wear, and it just makes them feel better, and that's just lovely. If you can just impart that a little bit for people, it's great. You can't ask for more than that.
Well, it might be raining, but our spirits aren't dampened. That was absolutely fantastic, and a really, really big thank you to all the girls at the Vintage Hair Salon. And if you'd like to dress like your parents used to in the good old days, you can hunt these places out. That's all we've got time for this week, but remember people, keep your eyes peeled, because you never know what's in store.